Hi. It's been quite a few days, and today's the new moon here in the United States. It was actually I think technically an hour ago is when it hit, maybe, or maybe it's 3 or 4 in the morning. I think it was the afternoon though. But hello, if you want to skip right ahead to the Oracle or the Tarot, please look in the description box. There will be timestamps. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. Hello. For those that have been here before, I am so sorry. It's been a few days. Life has been crazy. I have been trying to take time with my loves, and that is necessary from time to time. I will have to do that. I will not always give you a heads up because sometimes it's, it just happens. Spontaneous. That's the word I was looking for. And then sometimes it's just because I need the downtime myself. This new moon is for reals. Yes. So speaking of, if you don't want to hear any of this again, go to the description box, skip ahead to the Oracle or the Tarot reading itself. A little bit of astrology and also word meditation. Before I say all that, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like, we get the message out to more people. If you comment, you can comment. This is our community. We can chat. I don't know how much I'll chat, but we'll chat. I got kids and peoples and jobs and all the things. So, but I will definitely interact. And especially if you tell me, what is it that you need? What decks do you like the most? None of you have yet to say, maybe you like all the decks and that's why you're not saying. That's fine. I like all my decks too. They are some of the best art pieces of life, I think. Anyway, so astrology, high level, go look at other astrologers because I'm not an astrologer to get into the details, but we have the Capricorn new moon. This is being Earth, as all the planets that were just in Capricorn and some that are shifting out, some that are still in. This is about the tangible. This is about making a decision and making tangible steps towards that decision now. Where you put your long-term energy, like the rest of the year, the rest of the next few years, actually, because of the way things are changing, where you'll commit your tangible anything. So, for example, time, money, additional resources, and even, though we don't consider it tangible, emotional investment. The term ROI, therefore, will be very important right now. For those that do not know ROI, that is return on investment. Keep in mind, Mercury and Mars are in Capricorn. I don't remember how much longer or for how long or anything like that. But so is Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. Uranus is, I think, retrograde in Taurus. But because of all of these, and then where the other planets are shifting into Aquarius, there might be this feeling of conflicting emotions. So this is where you have to use this earth energy. It is necessary for those that care to use this earth energy as it is available to help you to move your feet in the direction that you want to be. So again, making that decision where you're going to put your long-term energy. Not only with specific intention, because you have to have this intention, because you can have these conflicting emotions. So make sure you have the very specific intention. So that way, when you have these conflicting emotions, you can go back to what has been the term of the week, the roadmap. So create your roadmap. This is your earth energy. Okay. Create your roadmap. And then when conflicting emotions are when they take place, you have this roadmap to kind of roadmap to reference back to. That's what helps to keep you on track. That's your earth energy. I just realized I have a coffee stain on the table. You see it? Anyway, that's the way to keep you on track, so that you're utilizing the earth energy to help move your feet forward in the direction the intention that you set, the intentional direction that you've sent. So this might be just the time to make all the things happen, by the way, like all the things. But that's where you've got to be really careful, because if you're not intentional about how you're going to make all those things happen, then you might just lose. Like, you know, if you're not intentional with where you invest, right? The things that I was saying in the beginning, like your time, money, resources, and emotional investments, right? If you're not intentional about that, then where you invest might result in losing the one thing that you wouldn't have otherwise let go, right? Now, if it's meant, fate, universe, spirit, whoever intervenes when they do for it to come back around, it will. But, you know, this is where you have some power. And again, you have this earth energy that you can utilize to make these things happen. And you have this Aquarius energy and all of these other ways to help you be very creative about it this time. So, you know, look and see where you can actually be creative in this intention from heart center, not maliciously. And use that creativity with your intention, that roadmap. So you'll get there and you'll have the thing or things. I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, even as I'm saying this, as you can tell, like it's a lot of different, it's like I wonder if we'll get the Temperance card. There's a matter of like the perfect alchemy that's taking place. And yet you have this chance, this opportunity to work with, you know, spirit, with the universe, with God, goddess, however you phrase it, to bring forth into the 3D your intentions, those heart center intentions. Also, look to see where Capricorn is in your chart. This is where you'll probably feel all of this energy the most. I mean, that's usually the case. Okay, and then, you know, high level, again, we say it all the time. We'll always talk about it, and anybody else that you listen to, they will talk about it. Your new moon is your new beginning. This is why it's so important it's the opportunity. So go listen to an astrologer. That's my high level recap. Okay. The word meditation today is a little weird. Not as weird as some of the other ones, but a little weird. But the first word was absinthe. Absinthe, you know, like the alcohol. It's like a phenyl, right? It's phenyl and something, but like, so green. It's funny. Every time certain words with that are associated with green, I end up not even realizing I'm wearing green. So I don't know if this is my subconscious or if this is spirit or if this is just a ha-ha. That's funny. But absinthe, sentient, clementine, peace of mind, holding ceremony, Orion's belt, and the scorpion. So look up mythology surrounding Orion's belt. That's constellation stuff. And then because of the scorpion, this may be something in reference to Scorpio. I didn't go too much into I didn't do anything afterwards, actually, as far as Googling this time. I'll leave that to you all so you can do that. But Orion's belt, scorpion and or Scorpio, transport, means of transport, not transportation. That's what I was like, Spirit, is this what you're actually saying? Means of transformation, solace, and then means by like any means necessary. So I don't know if that ties with the means of transformation, but this is what was coming to, like, means of transformation, solace by any means necessary, simplicity to begin again. Simplicity to begin again. So if any of those things strike a chord with you, you know, pay attention. And that's all I got, I think. I want to do an oracle from the Journey of Love. And I think I want to do angels and ancestors as well. But Spirit, if you can help us to guide this reading for whoever these messages might be for, whoever's allowed to hear them. Can you give us a message from the Journey of Love? That was weird. Message from Journey of Love Oracle. I think that's good. 1 to 2 cards only, please, Spirit. Message, Journey of Love. A message here from these cards to help guide the reading. To help guide the reading, and a message for whoever needs it. Oh, hold on. Cosmic Butterfly? Oh, it's such a Cosmic Butterfly. I don't remember this one. I'm gonna do that. Cosmic Butterfly. 36, which of course is a 9. 3 and 6. There are some major cycles closing out. And when cycles close out, that means immediately new beginning. And I say that because 9 has been so prominent in the last week or 2, really. Maybe 2, actually. All right, let's go. Spirit 1. Oh, hello. Okay, Hermit. Retreat and recharge. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Cosmic Butterfly 36. Oh, I forgot I had a card still in there. My bad. What were my words? The word meditation, means of transformation, solace by any means necessary. Cosmic Butterfly, you are being reborn from the pulsating womb of the Divine Mother, on fire with her creative power. You are being transformed whilst living. To surrender certainty in favor of openness, to accept the smallness of your everyday life whilst admitting to the magnificence of your being, to open up to the divine light that pours through you into a myriad of forms, endlessly creating, destroying, creating again. This is your sacred task. Life is thriving within you. This may not feel stable as yet, but will certainly feel exciting as you enter into yet another cycle of rebirth. Let this life seem as though you are living many lifetimes in one. It is possible for you to encounter the totality of human experience in this lifetime, should you be open to it. This is treading the enlightened path, embracing all of life. You have chosen this for yourself and been blessed with it as a possibility this lifetime. Why not let yourself be broken down and reborn through the workings of nature? Another life within this one beckons you on now. The message for you from this oracle is that if your life feels like it is falling apart, then take heart, for it is falling apart to come back together in a new way. You are going through rebirth, just like a butterfly in a chrysalis. The agony and the delight, the sense of dying and being truly alive can all be held in serene space of your heart. Surrender into what you are becoming now and know that what you are leaving behind is but a shell that once will have held your fast emerging new self. I think that that is absolutely perfect from what was coming to my brain. Let's see. Guardians and Messengers, and I believe Hermit is in this one. Yes. Cosmic Butterfly. Constellations, transport, means of transformation. How you allow this to happen. And you do have to allow it. You try to fight it, it's just going to be worse. But there's means of transformation by any means necessary. The simplicity to begin again. To accept that you have gone through this and or are going through this transformation, a holding ceremony, and then the Hermit, retreat and recharge. Sorry. Okay. Take time to rest. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation, inspired by the wandering men of India known as sadhus. I think, in the Hindu tradition. I'm probably butchering that, and I am so sorry. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu, I really don't know if I'm saying that right, on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Hindu Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be, so meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. I think this is the holding ceremony. Now, keep in mind, because there is a matter of balance, and I'm saying this not only to you, but also to myself, because it is very easy to retreat, go within, and block everyone. It is very easy to do that. And there is a sense of necessity to do that, but not as an extreme. Remember, balance is key, and especially when there's so many conflicting energies right now, okay? Have your roadmap. Set your roadmap, then you take a step back. And when you take a step back, it's not saying close yourself off, don't speak to anyone, don't have any interaction. And it's not saying if you do that, to do that for an extended period of time. You need to listen to yourself. That is really what it's saying. You need to get back in tune with the self, okay? And in doing that, you will know how much to retreat and how much to go forward. If you are not allowing that grounding practice, which is what meditation is really for, to be present, to be grounded and to be present, okay? If you're not allowing that, even in just something as simple as shuffling cards a few minutes a day, then you're not listening to any messages from self, much less from spirit, okay? I would also recommend that you do find balance in that sense by setting aside a certain amount of time a day, so that way you can have the balance. And you still got to work, you might have kids, you still got to be a parent, you might have parents, you still got to be a kid, there's whatever, you got to be a friend. So take the time, step back to meditate, to get into center with self. Listen, be open, be present, be grounded. Sounds a lot easier than it is. It's true. All right. And let's get into it. Wild reflection cards. They are kind of my go-to here lately. Not sure why. I don't know what we'll clarify with if we need to, but we will. Use whatever we need to. We will. That's what I said. 1 second. Sorry. Ooh. I just had my left ear went numb, not numb, like deaf. So there's a message here. There's a message here. I mean, obviously there's a message here. Sorry, there's a message here. Step back. Step back. That's the Hermit, the retreat and recharge, I think. But this is for your intentional. Oh, this is for your roadmap. Okay, yeah. Page of Swords. I'm not going to take this one, but I really want to see it. And 6 of Cups. Oh. So I think this is the kind of the right mentality to have. This cautious optimism. That's how I see the Page of Swords. It is a new opportunity. And you see, like, he doesn't have the arrow knocked here, but he can in any second. He's looking. He's also got hope, though, like that he doesn't have to use it. He doesn't want to use it. He wants to continue on the journey. So there's the pause. Perhaps cautious optimism. Cautiously optimistic. And there's the six. Look, you saw me put it in there. 6 of Cups. So this is definitely a holding place. Holding ceremony. Memory. Cautiously optimistic. Holding ceremony. I don't know why that's so important. I mean, you'll know. Like the message is for you, you'll know. But let's figure this out. And then 6 of Pentacles. Look. I don't know. What I heard was look back to let go. So I'll show you. So see, 6 of Cups is often about like remembering. And you see, looking at the jewelry here, counting. How do I love thee? I just got the image of like the petals, like he loves me not. He loves me not. How do I love thee? Cautiously optimistic, looking back to let go. Looking back to let go. Looking back to let go. 6s, and then we have 36 in that cosmic butterfly. So 9, 6s break down to 3 or 2 and 1, depending on how you want to do it, but 2. And then you've got the 9 of Swords to the sin. Oof. Oof. Who is that for? But looking back to let go, it hurts a lot. And it's okay, because from that 9 is the 10. This is what makes you, I heard indestructible. In the 3D, in the physical life, none of us are indestructible. Please keep that into mind. But this is like about an emotional, mental, looking back to let go. It's hard to do. It's painful, but it's a pain of your own imagination. You see, like in a nightmare, this bed is not actually in the middle of a field. Feeling like you're completely in the middle of nowhere by yourself and nobody's going to be able to help you. This is a real, it's like it's hurtful. It hurts, but this is what makes you. And I heard indestructible. This is what makes you. I'm going to move these. And the 9 to the 10, this is a quick moving ace. And there's your confirmation. New beginning. From an end to the beginning, like the cosmic butterfly, right? This means of transformation means by any means necessary. The simplicity to begin again. Someone is closing out a chapter quickly, very quickly. Make sure you have a roadmap. That's the advice. Okay, cautious optimism, looking back to let go. And there's a page under a page, the Page of Cups. And I love this Page of Cups. He is ready. Whether the rain comes down or the waves come crashing, he's got the boots on. What do you call them? The wellies, not the wellies. What do you call them? Are they wellies? No. What do you call them? I can't remember. But he's ready. And he's calling out to whatever's coming. It's another like potential ace, right? Because pages are like aces, this opportunity. There is a quick ending here and a new beginning. And this is the prepared for anything. Justice. This could be the balance. This could be the time. This could be what you've asked for. I don't know normally hear with that with that card justice, but like come hell or high water, and that doesn't make any sense. There's one bird here with the I mean, to me it's a samurai sword, but I'm sure it's called something else on the belt, and then the balance of the scales here, which are both really hot based on the colors, but there's no tipping. There's no tipping of the scales. This is justice. You could also be dealing with Libra, or someone who has a strong Libra in their heart because the air, water, you've got cups, swords. And then here, okay, so this is definitely the Hierophant. This is definitely about I am not saying this term to be disrespectful to anybody and anyone's religion, but it is what hit my brain. It's about having a come to Jesus with yourself. I don't know what that means for you. But this is like an honest reflection. You see this mirroring, right? This even a come to Jesus, conquering of your own demons, finding, this is not the Strength card. This is a Hierophant. This is of like a divine knowing. Someone who's getting the downloads from beyond. This is from spirit. This is, the buffalo is representative of spirit. What is she saying? Sorry. I mean, yes, ordained. I hear that all the time with the Hierophant because it's ordained. I mean, that's what it is. But this is about the downloads. This is about a very honest discussion with yourself, the downloads that come with that. This is how you find your courage. And then there's the Hermit card. Oh, that's a lot of cards that flipped. I'm not taking all those, but we're going to take the Hermit because it was on top. The downloads, you see? And I mean, that's what it's about. The Hermit is about going within to hear what it is that you need to hear. You go to the top, to the pinnacle, to the top of the mountain. This is definitely at the top of the mountain or close to. And then you come back down and you put your knowledge into action. The Hermit is not actually a stay, that retreat and recharge. That's not what the Hermit is about. It's about go within, get what you need. 8 of Swords. But under that was 5 of Swords. I'm not taking it. If it needs to come back out, it will. And the reason I'm not taking it is because I feel like this is the importance here. This 8 of Swords is a little bit different. You see, she's looking as above, so below. It can feel like this in the water and all the deep emotions, right? But she's seeing it. She's seeing that this is something that she's doing to herself or could do to herself. The Hermit to this 8 of Swords for me is like, we've got this. And I know that sounds crazy because the 8 of Swords is not usually that, but it's like, I see you. I see how much I've bound myself, right? Like this honest conversation with self. I see how much I have restricted myself. We're going to keep going now. She's about, you see, like she's about to disturb the water. That'll take the image away. That's all it takes is that flick of the finger and that image disappears. But you also see the arrows are here. The arrows are representative of swords in this. There's 1 down. There's 3 in the holder here. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 arrows. Oh, which makes sense with the 5 of Swords, maybe. The 5 are down and the 3 are being carried. This is using what's hurt you to motivate you. To see yourself honestly. To come to Jesus. I'm sorry. Going within, top of the mountain. Continue on the journey. Yeah, to the 6. So there's your 8 to the 6. Use what hurt you to motivate you. You're moving forward. This is forward movement. And what I say. Temperance. This is about the alchemy. This is about the perfect mix. This is the timing of this moon. So maybe tonight is your night of meditation. Maybe you take a couple of hours tonight to journal. Oh, okay. Go within, get into a moment for yourself. Yep. Okay. Sorry. I'm thinking everything that's coming is like, you need to write it down. Like, okay. So when I said roadmap earlier, I was meaning like I don't know if I'm using this right, but metaphorically speaking, not a literal. But in this instance, I think you actually need to write it down. You need to write down what your intentions are. Your intentions, your long-term intentions, and where you're going to start putting your energy actually as of like yesterday. Okay, you should have been doing this because, we're in still Capricorn. We're at the end of Capricorn season. Keep that in mind. This is kind of that ramp up feeling where you need to go ahead and you need to make the plan if you haven't done so already. The little check boxes, and they don't have to be literal check boxes, but check boxes, write it down. For the person that this message is for, you need to write it down. You need to write it down and then have this thing that you can go back to when these conflicting energies, conversations even, but someone who asks you something that they were nowhere in the plan, right? Nowhere in the plan, but that's okay because you can take this little detour and you have your roadmap that you can come right back to. Does that make sense? I mean, it's, and when I say it's been a theme for the last week, it's been a theme for the last week, but this is important. This is very important for this Capricorn. Well, hello. Okay. And there's the closing out. Sorry. World. Flowers bloom. The simplicity and beginning again. I hear it over and over and over again. And I think I've harped on this a lot. It doesn't mean that the details, your roadmap, you can make it as detailed as possible, but it really should be about a high level. Where you're going. I'm surprised we haven't seen the Page of Pentacles actually, but it should be a high level, where you're going. And then the details kind of come and go. And the reason I say that is because that's where I just heard that's how the pendulum swings. Sorry, but maybe this is about how the scales stay balanced. You have your points of intentional interest, where you're going, your final North Star destination, right? It could be 1 mile in total. It could be 100 miles in total. Who knows, right? Because things will happen along the way, but you have this roadmap that you can refer back to. And this is your perfect alchemy. This is your perfect balance. You have to write it down. I keep hearing that. You have to write it down. This is the Emperor's way. Big moves, I heard. Big moves. From the Temperance, the World to the Emperor, under the Hierophant, big moves. Somebody is making big moves. Sorry, I didn't take it. That was the Eight of Cups, but an Eight of Pentacles. So I'm going to say 8 might be significant too, because you got 8 of Swords. Of course. 8 of Pentacles, this is the work that I'm telling you, it's about writing it down. And this is when you'll see it coming. You'll feel it. I mean, you're feeling it now, I think. Yep, King of Swords. You're feeling it now. This is movement. It's big movement. Quick. There's a surety. That's not the right word. Surety. Is that even a word? A surety in what you know. You have there's a, you know what you know? That's so dumb. But you know what you know. And there's an assurance there. Now, with all these mixing energies for whoever this is for, and either you're dealing with this masculine or you are this masculine, or, in this energy, okay? It's not about gender. But this is, again, where you need to have that roadmap, this Three of Wands, this path, that you're about to take I mean, you are moving on it. You're moving towards it. Let me get 2 more, please, Spirit. Let me get 2 more. Sure. Here's the 2 of Pentacles. This is the balance, the perfect out. This is, to me, this is part of the justice and the temperance. Can I get one more? Knowing where you're going. Looking back to let go has been terrifying. Knight of Cups. Love this card. Heart center. What did I say? A place from look to see where. Okay, looking back to looking back to let go. This is the pain that's quickly coming to an end. 9 to 10. Ace of Pentacles. New beginning. Done. That's your first row. Ooh, sorry. That's your first row. You know, your Page of Swords, cautiously optimistic, stepping forward on the path, ready for anything. Doing the work is definitely strong here. This is an inner work, I think, because when you look at 9 of Swords to the Hermit to the 8 of Pentacles, this perfectly aligns with, it might be the scariest thing you've ever done in your life, but there's a sense of, again, that intentionality, sure, is what guides you. Use the earth energy. All right. And then 1 second. Okay. We're going to clarify. This will not be the wrongest. It will not be the wrongest either. It will not be the longest reading of life. Talk about simplicity. We're going to go old school to the traditions, which is based on the traditional Rider-Waite. New moon. New moon guidance. Your balance from heart center. You've got the knowledge, you've got the balance, you've got the love, the intent. This is beyond chess. I say that every time with this card, like, oh, you thought we were playing chess? This goes beyond. This is for high stakes love. That's what I heard. You got 7 of Wands and the Hangman. Fighting and or protecting a new perspective. Protecting a new perspective, possibly. What else you got, Spirit? Three of Cups. Celebration. Initiation is what I heard. Sorry, I'm not taking that. There's a whole stack, but that was the 2 of Swords on the bottom there. If it wants to come back out, it will. If that's part of the message. I heard initiation. This is the initiation. Come on. Oh, I am. They're not actually coming out in reverse. They're coming out in the way I was holding the deck for like the 3rd time. So this 5 of Pentacles came out first, but initiation. So this, why am I hearing that? Looking at things differently. This is, and I guess this is the spark, the brand new way of, this could be that creative intention, but it's definitely a brand new beginning, perhaps bringing warmth to what has felt like was difficult and cold. Whoa. And I told you to come back out if you wanted to. 2 of Swords with the High Priestess. This is definitely about using your intuition. That Ace of Wands, gaining that new perspective might be the initiation into this change and walking through what has felt like a very difficult 5 being change, Ace of Wands being new. Can also be saying don't block your intuition if that's what you're doing, but I don't think that's what this is. I think that's doubling down. That's what it feels like to me. There's a level of trust here. Plus, oh, look at how these go with the cards. These other cards, shells, are used as cups, and look at the shells. Two of Wands. This is that. Now is the decision where you're going to put your energy. Your long term. See the world like long term. Setting sail for a long journey. But it's one that you are... too many. You're in it. What else do we have, Spirit? Can we just... Four of Cups. Something about how you've been looking at those Three of Cups. I mean, so there's Three of Cups, so there's Four of Cups here. Perhaps feeling unfair, like something's unfair. And you need to, okay, seeing a loss and versus seeing the gain. And this might be where you need to flip your energy and flip your perspective, like this Hangman here. And there's the Fool. What's lost? Looking back to let go. And there's the Fool to the Four of Swords. There's your peace. Okay. And there's your new beginning. Doubling down. I'm taking it. So, sorry. So for whoever this message is for, how you've been viewing a certain situation, you need to gain a new, well, I think this is part of the transformation that you're going under. Oof, that was weird. The transformation that you're going through, and just for kicks and giggles, the transformation that you're going through, I think, is about seeing the simplicity and beginning again. So as complicated as it has felt, and that you have perhaps this Five of Pentacles is standing out strong to me. And so that with the Four of Cups, actually. You have to be willing to take this Fool's journey. That came through last week too. Or this past week. Hasn't been that long since I've done a reading. Has it? It's been a minute. I'll be better, I promise. I need high level, most likely outcome here, Spirit. High level, most likely outcome, please. Something about the transformation. Something about letting go. Looking back to let go. It was a necessary... Okay. There's that Page of Swords again. Looking back, look, while moving forward, you see? Looking back to let go. Most likely outcome here. Cautiously optimistic, researching. Two of Swords. Trusting the self. This is all about trusting the self. Not easy. Also going within, and there's your Wheel of Fortune. Forward movement. The wheel will turn no matter what. If you have this intention, if you have this roadmap, whoa. Ha! Sorry. This is why I grabbed them. I swear. I swear. The only one that landed face up. And then there's the Sun and the Four of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Everything that you're wanting. Okay? You need the roadmap. And that's the only way that you're really going to rest. Anything else? Most likely outcome here. No. The most likely outcome here. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. It's a cup, not a pentacle, but this is the most likely. It's a intention of love, intention from heart center. Yo, there's the fool's journey. You have to be a fool for love. Only fools fall in love. And then there, King of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. So this is a passion. This is of grounding nature. That was the Ten of Swords. I mean, we've already got it. I'm not going to. You got to use that earth energy to do this, so you don't veer too far. But yeah, this is definitely about, I think, using this Capricorn energy. It could also be two people sitting in their masculine king energy of fire and earth. And I think that's it. That's all she wrote, yeah? It's a good outcome. But you've got to be willing to do it. So the most likely outcome here is this transformation that's taking place is going to bring a brand new day. And this is when you can actually relax. You'll have everything that you want. This Nine of Pentacles, everything that you need is from heart center. It's for heart. This Knight to the Fool's journey, taking the Fool's journey. There's a confidence here. There's a confidence here. But where does the... There's a confidence here. You just don't see it yet. That's what I heard. All right. We're done. Happy new moon in Capricorn. Do your things. Do your things. You've got this.